take us through your season here in Winnipeg?
Yeah, well, it was great to be back, obviously. I came back, had a little stint here a couple of years ago. Just really enjoyed my time, that go around, and I was really excited to get the opportunity to come back here. And yeah, nothing but good things to say, honestly. It was a great year. My wife and I loved it here.
What were your takeaways, I guess, from being in the city and playing for this organization?
Yeah, it was like I said, it was really nice to be back because I was born in Manitoba, in Flin Flon, and grandparents are still up there. My son was born here a couple of years ago, so just Winnipeg, obviously means a lot to us. So it's great to be back, and obviously spending the year here, you get to know the city a little bit more. I spent a lot of time here as a kid. My mom and my grandfather were teachers, so they spent a lot of time here in the school year doing conferences and stuff like that. So made a few trips down to Winnipeg, so that was just great. I just really enjoyed everything about it, for sure.
And what can you say about the team for you yourself? You're developing as a hockey player this year.
Yeah, for myself, I was really happy with my season. I feel like at this point in my career, the age I'm at, the biggest thing for me is just consistency, and I think that out of the 8 years that I've played, I think this was my best year in terms of consistency. So that's something I'm proud of. And at the end of the day, obviously, the older you get, the farther along you get in your career, you want to win, and we fell short of that again. But when you try to take a look, broad picture of the whole season, I think you just look for positives, and there was a lot of them. A good group of guys here, and we fought hard. I think the series was unfortunate how it went. Obviously, the bounce at the end there, but I think the one thing we can say is that we're never out of a game, and we fought really hard all the time, and battled through some adversity, obviously. So just overall, yeah, happy with the year.
And that, you kind of took the wind out of my sails, because I was going to ask about that idea of this team stick-to-itness and never say die attitude. Yeah. You saw it throughout the course of the year in regular season games. You guys were down, never really felt like you were out of a game.
Yeah.
Now, did that come from the leadership group, which of course, being an older guy, you saw that because you did have a lot of young players on this team, but it seemed like it filtered right down to everyone throughout the course of the year, and obviously in those playoffs as well. Never really felt like they were out of games, and always felt like they could be pushed to tie it and win it.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. I think we had a good mix of older and younger guys. Some guys with some playoff experience, obviously, and then some younger guys, just getting their first taste. But I think just the approach, right from Mo to Doobie, Bomber, coaching staff, the whole season was, we talked about the things that made us successful, right? And we tried to wear teams down with our forecheck. I think our forecheck was probably one of our strongest suits all season, and we had a way, a bit pesky in a way, just get after teams, grind them down, and just kind of take the game to them. And I think we did that, and we had a good year. It's not easy to make the playoffs, first of all, and so we did that, and we gave a good fight. That was a really good series to be part of, and that's how it works. Sometimes you're on the good end, sometimes you're on the bad, and it's unfortunate, like I said. But yeah, just I think overall, just talking about playoff experience, I've played 8 years now, and I've made the playoffs 4 times and haven't made it out of the first round. So it's hard to do, but I think every year that you play, you realize the intensity ramps up, and just the different style of play that the playoffs bring. And for young guys in this organization, it's very valuable.
You're talking about the consistency that you found this year.
Oh, hi, Coach. Hi, Denver here.
You got a question? Oh, hi, good guy. Sorry.
Okay.
But talking about that consistency that you had throughout the season, is that a product of just the experience you gained through the 8 years? Was it a matter of maybe the opportunities here? Like, where did you see the difference where you were able to find that consistency?
Yeah, I think some of both. Like, I think definitely experience. I think the longer you play, just whether it's off ice or in the gym, or things you need to do just to learn how to prepare yourself. And so experience for sure, opportunity for sure though too. I think that's something I'm pretty grateful for the opportunity here. Just like I said earlier, just to come back here first of all, but then to get here. And I knew Doobie from my time here a couple of years ago. He was here, and although it was a short one, I enjoyed it. So I knew coming back, having him as the D coach, I was excited about that. And meeting Mo for the first time, he was great, and I had Bomber. He was in the Vancouver organization basically the entire time I was there, so some familiar faces, which was nice. And they just gave me a role. And I think as a player, whether you're young or you're an older guy, I think that's what you want. And you get a role from a coaching staff, and it's your job to kind of take the opportunity and run with it. And something that I've kind of molded myself into as a kind of a defensive guy and PK guy. And so when you get that opportunity on a new team, you just want to make the best of it, and I felt like I did that.
And then the playoff side, you said you've been there 4 times, haven't made it out of the first round. You look at this year particularly, you win those 2 games in overtime, a couple chances to close, and then it's a 1-goal game that, ends up eliminating you from the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, how disappointing is that, and going through the experience that you had before of, the disappointment and maybe just reinstalling that, what you said earlier about just how difficult it is?
Yeah, no, I mean, I've had some time to think about it. That was a gut punch for sure, to lose a game like that with 27 seconds left after we battled back to tie it. I just felt like, over my playoff experience in pro hockey, there's been years where you feel like you don't really have a chance, and then there's a year like this where I felt, we had a great chance. And, go up in the series, I just talked about earlier, just being pesky, and I think going in there and winning that game 3 was huge, and gave ourselves a really good opportunity. And got to give them credit too. I think they have obviously some high-end skilled players and stuff, but just overall, just really proud of our group. Like the way we played, and like I said, playoffs sometimes you get bounces, you don't, and I think we were just waiting for one for our side. Unfortunately, we didn't get it.
So my last question is just, as you reflect on this season, I'm sure you take away something every year. What do you think will be the main takeaway, or what you will remember most about this season?
Well, I think, first thing that comes to mind is just your teammates. Some of us older guys talked the other day about sometimes the younger guys, maybe don't understand right away earlier in their career. But pro hockey is different. When you're in junior, you got 3-4 years with the same group of guys. Pro hockey, every year, guys are coming in, guys are leaving. It's always different groups. So, just the guys we had on the team, the guys that I met, in training camp. I think that's something you always, as a player, take away from a year, just the relationships you build.
Quickly, what are your plans for the summer? How do you kind of go into this off season?
Plans are go back to Cochrane, Alberta, and I got my training set up there at the Edge, the academy there. They got a really nice facility, so I've been there for I think this will be my 3rd or 4th summer there now. So head back there and spend some time with some family, and hang out with my son and my wife, and just rest and recovery a little bit, and then get back into the gym and prepare, and see where next year takes me, I guess.